We got our countdown. 3, 2, 1. Pills.
And we still have some impact on the finals that'll be going on here. If Luke ends up winning in the semifinals, he will move up to number 11, and Lindo has a chance to move up to number 7 in the rankings if he ends up winning the tournament all the way. Though I'm pretty sure Savage will have something to say about that.
Yes, but early on here, it looks like John Dat Flindo made a misdrop in columns 2 and 3. The garbage has since been cleaned out, but this has given Luke a chance to get an early 7 virus lead on John.
Yeah, and I can see it looks like Luke's set for nice horizontal there to get some blue out of the way. He doesn't have a lot of blue left on his board, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But it looks like he's going to try. I thought he was may try to do a horizontal with yellows, take that red down, but he decides just to get rid of the red garbage instead over there. As Flendo is dealing with a little bit more garbage near the top. He's got some blues on top of the reds in columns 1 and 7 pack.
Yeah, the thing about those red yellows he's been getting, he doesn't really have an optimal place to put them right now. That's a nice red horizontal clear. Right now, it's just garbage control for John Dat Flindo right now, just trying to. Oh, there's a timely double red to get the sweet tea, and he shouldn't have too much trouble dealing with the garbage in column 3 and 5 once he gets the pills he needs. The one concern for John right now is he doesn't have a lot of yellow viruses remaining.
And another concern is that Luke is already out of level 10 at a 135. He just zoomed
Awesome.
through that one.
Yeah, that 135 is an awesome time for level 10. Like par for the course for level 10. You want to get under 2 minutes if you can. 2 minutes flat, it's fine. But if you're getting into the 130, 140 range, that's excellent.
Flindo just got a couple more viruses to get here. That blue red on columns 1, 2 is a little high up, so he's probably going to hope to take those out. No, he's going to take them out that way instead. So we get a kind of a sideways fat log bomb. Just needs one more red. Well, two more reds. Excuse me. If he can get them here, there's one, and there's the other. He is out at a 225, which gives Luke about a 20 virus advantage right now, Pack.
Yeah, a tough 10 for John Dat Flando, but if you want to have a bad level, you want to have it early. You don't want to have it late and have it bury your chances of winning. Check out this combo coming for Luke right here. Nice horizontal setup into the vertical clear.
I didn't see it at all. I was like, why is he putting all that blue garbage in there? And then it dropped, and I was just, that was amazing.
Yeah, that takes a lot of smart advanced planning. That's the kind of thing that players like Frank and Adelito have kind of exposed the community to and just given people ideas just when you're not getting pills for immediate clears, then try to use them to make plans in advance just so you can drop everything down in a brilliant cascade.
Which Flinto's match make this a pretty close match against only about an 8 virus difference, but right now Flinto's going to need a lot of red to get anything done here, and he's not really getting as much as he needs. And that's giving Luke the opportunity to pretty much clear this out. He just needs one more red and two more yellows, and he will be out here. There is the red, there is yellow. He is out at a 350.
Yeah, 9 viruses to go for John Dat Flindo, though. He's done a nice job closing the gap in this level 11. Just bit by bit, pill by pill, he's starting to come back. He didn't want to do that drop combo initially because he had the double horizontal clear set up, but he decided just to go ahead and take it just to simplify matters, which is honestly probably a good move.
Just waiting on that last red. Where is
There
it?
it
There
is.
it is. Out at a 420.
Blaze it.
And Luke right now has got about a 14 virus advantage. Doesn't have a lot of access to blue, and that's not really going to change much unless he gets a lot of red pack.
Yeah, this is an interesting early board for John Flindo, though. I mean, right now, the optimal play is to get a double yellow, but it looks like he's not going to wait for it and just set up nice combo.
Man, he just completely erased the lead that Luke had momentarily, and it was about a 3 virus difference. Now it's back up to 7. Great move. You can see Flinto's not exactly happy with the garbage that it caused, but at the same time, the sheer number of viruses it took off, I'd say it was worth the garbage.
Yeah, I think what he was actually shaking his head at was he had a miss drop earlier in I think columns 5 and 6, but it's pretty much resolved at this point. Doesn't have a whole lot of use for blues at the moment. He looks like he's nodding his head, liking what he sees.
No, I think he was agreeing with what you said.
Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate compliments always.
Meanwhile, Luke looks he's building up for possibly a horizontal on those yellows. Nope, he's going to vertical nails and have it drop down the blue horizontal. Now he just needs one more yellow. He is out of level 5 at a 550. But again, I'm not Luke, John is not that far behind, only about 11 virus difference. The only issue he really has, which he's clearing up right now,
Ooh.
is at traffic light in columns 1 and 2, and that's pretty much all gone now. He just needs, but these yellows are perfect. He just needs a couple reds, and okay, no, that's blue, Doc. Needs some reds. And he will be out this level. There's a double over there. Just needs 2 more, and he will be out at a 622.
Shaking his head a little bit, mostly at the RNG he was getting at the end of the level, which was shenanigans that we are all too familiar with as Dr. Mario players. Looking at Luke's board early on there were a lot of blues and yellows, and he was just getting exactly the pills he needed, not getting many red pills at all, which helped him get off to a lightning fast start in this level 13.
There aren't many reds in general on Luke's board. That to be said, there's not a major amount on Flindo's board either. It seems to be a mostly yellow board over there. So hopefully both for competitors will
There we
not
go.
see an excessive amount. That's a nice combo by Flindo there.
Yeah, if Flindo knows he's got a lot of ground to make up, this is a 20 virus difference at this point. He would love to be able to horizontal that red, but it looks like that's not going to happen. So he's just going to go ahead and take the garbage clear there.
Meanwhile, over on Luke's side, it's a little bit difficult to get to one of those blues there. But he's probably going to try taking those bottom 2 columns out, rows, excuse me, out horizontally. He just leaves that red that's up in row 4, column 6. Might be a little bit work to get to unless he gets a double blue, which I'm surprised he took it on that side, not the other, but still works. He's going to be taking out.
Hmm.
Trying to figure what exactly Luke. It looks like he's just looking specifically for it. Now is a double red to take out. All of his viruses are available. Just needs one more red, 2 more blue. There's the blue, there's the red, and Luke is out at an 806.
That is an excellent time for this level block. John Dat Falindo had a great big T in the middle of his board earlier. He was shaking his head because he kind of knew the writing was on the wall and the lead was just too big to overcome at that point. It was still a nice combination to look at.
Both of our competitors will get reset here and shake that one off. Because one thing that a lot of competitors do, and we've seen that actually a couple times this tournament, is you can see them thinking back at how the previous match went. They're not as focused in the current match. Sometimes it's best just to think of every match as a best of one, focus solely on that match, and it helps you to shake off any bad RNG mistakes you had in the previous one.
Yep. One match at a time, one round at a time, one pill at a time. Three, two, one, pills. And we're off for game 2 between Luke and John Dat Flindo. The winner will be moving on to face Savage Octagon in the finals. So let's see how they handle game number 2. I like I like the setup here for John Dat Flindo. Let's see if he does a drill down, gets the horizontal clear, keeping his board level and flat so he can minimize drop time.
Not a lot of easy access to red on Flindo's board, and that's not going to change for most of the level. He might be able to do, it's going to be a horizontal on row 5, but beyond that, it's going to have some hard work to. It looks like it's going to be a mostly blue board for Flindo, meanwhile, over on Luke's side, he's gotten a fair amount of his blues off the board. He has a fair amount of red on the top right now. And hey, guess what color he is not seeing right now, Pack?
Yeah, he's seeing red, but he's not getting red, unfortunately. But now he's starting to get red. He got a nice little double pill there. And everything's bunched up on the left-hand side. He's got a nice in-between clear for the reds set up in column 2. Looks like he's going to start attacking that immediately. I like
Meanwhile,
that.
Flindo's got most of his on the bottom board. Again, still needing a lot of blue in order to get through the rest of this level.
Yeah, he would have Luke would have really liked to get a red yellow so that he could get a 2 column clear, but he went ahead and abandoned um the in between clear just to kind of simplify matters, which honestly is not a bad choice at all. He just needs a couple of blue and he's going to be out of this level 10 in under 2 minutes.
Yep, 145, and you can see
Ooh.
by the smile on his face how happy he is about that.
Yeah, John Flindo almost cleared out those yellows in column 8 and realized at the very last second he was about to do that. So he preserved his end game combo to get out of 10 in under 2 minutes himself.
You know,
Nice little reaction there by John Flindo to keep himself neat and tidy.
about a 7 or 8 second difference between these two right now. We have a match here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, looking like all the red is on the edges for John Flindo right now. Looking at Luke's board, I like it. The only thing I don't like about it is the lack of yellow viruses on his board. I mean, there's 8 yellow viruses and 6 of them are in double clears, so he really does not need that much yellow at all.
Yeah, 8 out of 30 being one color is not somebody you want to, even if it's blue, you don't want to see that few of on the board because you just know you're going to be getting a lot of pills that you're just not going to have any room for.
Yeah, both players pretty much neck and neck at this point. It's a small lead for John Flindo right now, and that is obviously subject to change because it just keeps going back and forth. Nice little quick short drop combo for Luke right there, and he's pretty much set up on the bottom of his board. He could use some blue help at some point, though.
Yeah, and right now the only issue that Flinto has, and it's not really that big of an issue, is that red on the top of column 2, but he's going to be able to use the pills he gets to clear that out easily enough. He's got everything pretty well set up while okay, that solved the problem that Luke is going to have. We're going to see with the blue and yellows up there, but now he just needs one red and a trio of blue, and he will be able. The question is, who will get out first here with these pills that everyone's getting? It's going to be a very close one, but it's going to be Luke out first at a 344. And Flindo is going to be, looks like below 4 minutes as well here. He just needs one more blue. There he is. He's out at 354, about a 10-second difference, Pack.
Yeah, very nice by both players. Keeping it under 2 minutes per level is not easy on this level block, to be honest. I'm looking at these early boards right now. Sure, there's that. It looks like John Flindo is telegraphing he wants a fat log on the left hand side of his board. And in order to do that, he's going to have to clean out column 4 a little bit. This double blue right here, I know he's shaking his head, but I like that play in particular because that way, okay, there you go. There's the fat log.
Yeah, you were talking last level, the lack of yellows. That's not a problem. Either one of these competitors have this particular level. It seems like almost felt like almost half of them were yellow. With how you saw how heavy they were on both these boards at one point.
Yeah, and I honestly John Flindo is down by 9 viruses, but I heavily prefer his board right now because I see a lot more double clear opportunities in his board than I do for Luke. Nice little drop combo here to clean out column 7 a bit.
At the same time, though, Luke is making plenty of opportunities for horizontals. He has a nice opening for a double blue that'll drop down and take, sorry, double yellow that'll drop down and take a couple virus off. Instead, he decides he's going to do vertical instead and take those other yellows out vertically. It is about a 15 virus difference now, but at the same time, as you mentioned, there's lots of opportunities. If, for example, if Jonathan will get a blue yellow here for that column 3, he could take a whole bunch off there as well.
I was
Nice
wondering what he
drop
was gonna
combo.
do with that double blue, and it's actually a nice cross combo because now he's also set up for another T right here, and there it is, another drop combo from John Flindo. Still 11 viruses behind as Luke crosses over into level 13 in under 6 minutes.
Yeah, if I was John, I'd be shaking my head right now as well hearing that. That's just a phenomenal time by Luke and a pretty decent board as well. Not a lot of access to blue early on, but still got plenty of opportunities to get the right pills to be taking a beautiful horizontal there. The yellows opening up access to several blue.
I,
And it
lo-
looks
I
like
Yeah,
Luke's just going to be doing some red work over there.
I loved that combo setup by Luke early there. Did a really nice job of just keeping everything organized and keeping a good tally on everything. He gave himself a great opportunity just to keep everything in order, setting up verticals on top of the horizontals, much like that right there.
It's a beautiful combo. John, by the way, is into level 13 as well. And I do rather like his board. There are lots of opportunities, especially as he goes downward for vertical or horizontals, taking two pills off at once. This is not a bad board to try catching up in, but John's going to have to do that pretty quickly.
John, this is the one that John's waiting for right here. He's got a little bit of garbage in columns 1 and 2, but that's cleaned up now. He has some opportunities for a T clear. Now he needs nice impromptu fat log setup, and decides not to take the double yellow and get the sweet tea, but he is set up for a red horizontal for the virus in column 7, and now he's going to start attacking the left hand side of his board. It looks like he just wants to make sure everything's evened up so he can get as little drop time as possible, because he knows that it's going to be really tough to catch up because Luke is just about done.
Yep, he just needs one more red, and he is out at a 752, a
Ooh,
sub 8.
outstanding time by Luke there.
Get everything reset, and we'll go at this again here. Luke is just really firing in all cylinders today. He seems to just see the board so well today, Pack.
Yeah, the thing about these later level blocks is that the thing about the earlier level blocks is that you have more wide open space between viruses, and it can be a real crapshoot sometimes. There can be a lot more variance. These later level blocks, the viruses are more tightly packed, and it's a lot easier to just motor your way through.
Luke is saying this was his first ever sub 8 as we get a third match started here.
PB strats, you can't beat them.
You really can't. Not a great board per se for Luke. He's getting a lot of blue early on and just no access to blue at all, nor has he really had a lot of opportunity to open up access to blue.
Honestly, it's kind of been a rough early board for both players. John Flindo, you can see he's got that horizontal set up, but he had a pretty decent amount of garbage on his board early on.
Yeah, there's still a fair bit of it over in columns 1, 2, and 4. And he's having to put some into column 6 as well. Oh, he's going to take him off with a nice horizontal there. But yeah, it's not been the greatest boards in the world, but as we mentioned yesterday, this is where you really get to see the true ability of a Dr. Mario player is when you're not getting the most ideal board or pieces. How do you handle it? And I get the feeling we're going to see exactly that in this particular match.
Yeah, I like that little red overhang in column 4 that John Flindo did. It's going to set up the horizontal clear for the reds on the bottom of the board for later. It's good advanced planning by John, and that clear in column 4 won't really make a whole lot of difference. Right now, it's just a matter of getting some blue and yellow help, trying to get through the goalposts of his board, as it were.
I'll be honest, I still have some issues when it comes to those overhangs. My first thought is I really only have to worry about overhangs when playing versus. So it's something that every time I see a competitor use it, it's helping me to figure out what I need to be doing as well.
Mhm. It looks
Nice,
like
planning here by Flindo here.
I like that clear that he set up and the way he did it. Right now, column 6 is kind of a pressure point. He's gonna need to vertically dig his way through so that he can get that drop combo down column number 5. Luke already out at a 206. Pretty rough 10 for both players, really.
Yeah, which is kind of weird when you say, considering we were just talking earlier about how 2 minutes is kind of the expected time for level 10. And this is the first time that Luke didn't get out of level 10 by 2 minutes, but still a pretty good time, all things
Oh,
considered. Look at this
huge
combo by
combo by
Luke.
Luke here. Holy smokes.
I was worried I might freeze everything up there, is how many viruses he took off. That was incredible.
Yeah, you start clutching a little harder when the combo gets that big, but it was beautiful to watch. And I really like the way his board is set up right now. It's gonna be a little bit of drop time for him, no matter where he clears it out. But notice that yellow fragment in column 2. Maybe he's telegraphing that he wants to horizontally clear those blue viruses in columns 1 and 2 down the line. But right now he's got to dig his way down to get to that clear.
And he's getting the pieces he needs to do exactly that. And that yellow he put in
Hmm.
column 1 pretty much verifies your guess there, Pack. Looks like he is going to try to take this out horizontally. And wow, this is going to be a biggest thing. Like Moonbase's going to try building as much yellow up as
There we
possible.
go.
Yeah, nope, he's just going to take it out like that, which is still not too bad.
Yeah, he was waiting for two particular pills. There was probably one that would have been a little more optimal, but take what the doctor gives you. Don't wait for a very specific pill because there is definitely the possibility you will be waiting for a long time.
This has been a pretty close match. It's only a 3 virus, 4 virus, 3 virus. It's a close game here, folks. As right now, it's just a couple reds really needed over on Luke's side, which looks like he's going to have to take those yellows out horizontally. If that's a beautiful piece right there to get that taken care of right there. Now he's going to
Yep.
try taking out those double yellows. Just needs a red, and he'll take those reds out horizontally, and he will be out at a 418. But not too far behind for Luke, who just needs one more red. He'll be out at a 424. Got about a 5 second difference here, Pack.
Yeah, our endgame RNG was being really kind to John Dat Flindo there for a change. And looking at these boards, I mean, I like them both. Pretty good color diversity all around. No more yellow for Luke to work with right now, but I really liked the beginning of these boards.
And Luke is just getting a lot of yellow right now. And like you mentioned, no real place to put it. But he might try and take those yellows out horizontally now that he's gotten rid of most of the garbage there, but we'll have to wait and see on that as Lindo has no access to red. So both players playing with essentially a two-color game right now.
Yeah, the thing that interested me about John that Flindo's board for a moment was how was he going to attack the right side of his board? He looked like he might have been deliberating a little bit while trying to play the left hand and playing the left hand side of his board while he was trying to decide that. And right now, not much in the way of yellows in terms of viruses, but getting some red and some yellow to work with here. Honestly, this is working really well for John right now, who has taken a set of 9 virus lead.
Yeah, the issue that John was having to worry about, really, the only thing he had to worry about was the fact that he does plan high, as is Luke, and with how high things were on that right hand side, he did have to start addressing it sooner rather than later. He couldn't just wait till near the end of the board to handle that. If he might not have been able to get there, he had to deal with an undertuck. But he has just gotten very nice bondboard. Look at this, another drop combo there, leaving himself just a few blue. I'm thinking he's probably going to have to take those blues out vertically. Maybe he'll get a nice. Oh no, he's going to take them out horizontally. Prove me wrong.
Yeah,
That's fine.
he really could have gone either way because he had a double clear no matter which direction he went. So he went horizontal because that way less drop time. So he's out at about 627. And interesting situation here for Luke, who cut himself off horizontally, but fortunately got the double yellow so that he could get out at about 637. So still a 10-second gain going into 13.
But again, we got two color boards here. We got pretty much
Ooh, nice key clear.
no red anywhere really in the foreseeable
Mhm.
future for Luke. And on the other side, there's
Mm.
not a lot of access to blue until he gets down a fair bit on John's side. Now he's opened up a little bit, but still not exactly most ideal because in doing so, now he's got no access to red, really.
And looking at John Datflindo's board and the way he's played it so far, he's played it practically flawlessly. He's got dug out some horizontal clears, and when it seemed like he had very little diversity on his top line, he found ways to make it work, which really helped him out. Let's see if he goes for the drop horizontal here. Yep.
Beautiful move there. Meanwhile, Luke's pretty much out of yellows at this point. He's got three yellow viruses left, and almost all that board is blue pack, and that's never something you want to see.
Yeah, I see a whole lot of red and blue on Luke's board right now, and he's down by 8 viruses and running out of time at this point. And everything yellow is just slowing him down and slowing him down. Taking out a couple of red viruses horizontally, but he's being relegated to having a bunch of garbage on his board, and it's just not what he needs right now.
Yeah, and it's still a close game. It's about a 5 virus difference. Luke is doing really good. If he can get a double blue, he can take out those 3 reds in column 5, which he takes out a different way, but he's setting everything. But it doesn't matter because John is out at 825, meaning we got a match 4 coming up here in just a moment here, folks.
All right, everybody, put your brooms away. There will be no sweep in the second semifinal. Let's see if okay, it looks like Luke has decided not to finish out this game with 6 viruses left, and after the top out, we're gonna get ready for game 4.
I wonder if John kind of caused this. He was ready to be put. He even asked Luke to put him out of his misery in the start of game 3, and Luke's like, "Nah, I don't think so. Let's keep this going just a little bit longer." So John may have brought this upon himself.
Yeah, but if you win a match, you're no longer in misery. That's what I say.
I agree with you on that.
3, 2, 1, and we're off for game 4. John Flindo playing Fever and Luke playing no music at all.
I, I have so much trouble playing this game with no music. And to me, I have my personal favorite, the Fever. The Chill is okay. I can't handle no music at all. That's just me.
So I hear part of the reason people play off is that it actually helps curb double inputs that you get every once in a while. I'm not too sure about that myself, but I haven't really played it that often, so I couldn't tell you. Nice undertuck there by John Flindo to eliminate drop time on that clear. Right now, he's behind by 5, but playing this board pretty well.
Got me interested in looking that up later. But right now, Luke's got a pretty decent board to go. Not much in the way of red. And looks like he's got plans to take a couple of those red off right away here. Interesting, except looks like he's hoping for a red yellow, I'm guessing is what he's hoping for over there for columns 1 and 2.
Yeah, John Flindo has basically flipped that 5 virus deficit into a 5 virus lead at this point with some really shrewd clears in the middle of his board.
Look at this move here by Luke, just clearing out a whole bunch of viruses again. But he is kind of obligated now to take that yellow out horizontally. He got a nice pair of double yellows to make that easy. It's down to 7-6 here right now, but I'd say that the John's in a little bit of a better position to clear off this board
Yep, he just needs to get a few more yellows, and the question is when the doc is going to give it to him.
right
And
there.
here's a double yellow just as he needs it. About a 148, and he's off into level 11. Luke,
As
meanwhile,
you
just needs a few more reds to get out of here.
as you mentioned earlier, anything under 2 minutes is a great time, and looks like Luke is just going to pass that due to not getting that red quick enough. But 2:02 is still a very good time for level 10.
Yeah. I personally, I want to go under 2 minutes every time, but if it's just a little more than 2 minutes, it's not the end of the world. And look at this early board from John Dat Flindo, smartly using the garbage there to kind of build bridges and minimize drop time for the clears that he wants. Looks like he's gonna go for the in between clear on the reds in
Look
column
at that.
four.
Over on the Luke side, a beautiful, almost four-line blue dropping into a cross. Took off, I think, 6 viruses there.
Nice job by John Dat Flindo sniffing out that horizontal clear on the right hand side of his board. You'd love to be able to horizontally clear those blues, but I think at this point it's going to require too much buildup, so he's just going to go ahead and do it the old-fashioned way.
What's stopping Luke right now is the fact he is getting so much yellow, and he really has no access to yellow. And as soon as he does, he's taken off the board. So he's got yellow garbage almost everywhere right now, which is really hindering his play, which has allowed Flindo to gain a 16 virus lead right now. But Flindo's got pretty much just yellows left. I mean, he's got as soon as he gets this yellow blue, he'll have the blues off. But he needs about six 6 or 7 yellow pieces to finish off this level.
It looks like Luke is going to go after the horizontal clear on the blue in column 5. And right now, what that's going to, okay, that's actually a very nice setup. Now he just needs one blue and he'll be able to clean it out. Looks like he's going to go with the overhang and going to go with the drop T. And there it is. Bang, bang. Nice play by Luke. He's chunking through the last of this level 11. Looking over at John Dat Flindo's board, you'd love to be able to maybe horizontally clear some of those yellows that are in the middle of his board. Let's see if the dock allows him to. It looks like he's just going to play this straight, which is probably not a bad idea. Oh, nice T there. And then immediately cleans out the garbage. I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Yeah, there's so many yellows on the board for John right now, especially top. It's taking the time to use a pair of double yellows there to get all those off would kind of be better used elsewhere. I think it's the reason why he did things that way. But beautiful series of moves there by Luke. And again, it's another position where he could have taken a bunch of reds off horizontally, but it would have left him a pair of red garbage on the top of column 4. So he decided not to take it.
And John Dat Flindo has a fairly commanding lead of 15 viruses right now. Looking at Luke's board, he's going to, oh, nice drop horizontal. Great job sniffing that out to straighten out his board. And looks like he's going to sniff out another drop horizontal, and that's going to leave everything pretty flat. So he's going to be cruising along in this level 12, possibly making up some ground.
If we were in Torg right now, I think Luke would have won the match. There's a sheer number of combos he's done this level.
Yep, unfortunately, we are not at Torg yet, but that will be coming in early November. But right now, Luke is closing the gap in a hurry. We're back down to a 3 virus deficit.
Really, the only thing that's slowing down John at Flindo is that we like to refer to it as a traffic light over in column 8, but it won't be too difficult to clear out
It's a
if he ends
huge
up getting.
setup right here. Oh, but that extra horizontal clear made it so that the blue in column 5 could not be cleared. So now Luke's got to work around that a little bit. Looks like he'll be able to get the horizontal and then get the undertuck, thankfully. But these players, they're neck and neck now. John's out at 6:15 and Luke's going to be out at 6:17.
I do not particularly like the top of either of these boards. No red for Flindo and pretty much no yellow for Luke. And take a look at Luke's board in particular. He's got to do a lot of work to get to any real amount of yellow.
I actually love the beginning of John Flinto's board because there are double clears everywhere. He just needed some blue help to get those double clears, and now he's getting it. It is this is a 1 virus game right now. This is just back and forth, back and forth. This is an excellent finish to this game 4.
Right now, though, I'm sure that John is flinching every time he sees another red, because up until just now, he really didn't have any place for red. But now he's opening up a little bit, get access to pretty much the entirety of his board now, because this is the captain of the swim team. He can find ways to get pills. Pretty much everyone has a 10 virus lead right now over Luke, who is still struggling to get to any real access of yellow pack.
I'm looking at Luke's board right now, and there seems to be that one glaring error in column 8. You see that blue yellow that's been kind of flipped incorrectly, and you got to figure that's what's been slowing him down. That pill right there is going to be a big help, but now it's going to be a little more okay. He gets the timely double yellow to finally clean out column 8, but you got to wonder now if it's too little too late, because it's a dozen virus lead for John Dat Flindo now, who's cruising right along through this level 13, gets the lightning log down at the bottom of his board.
Just needs a couple yellows. He's going to take out horizontally, which will drop the reds down. Just needs 3 yellow pieces, and he will be done here. There's one. Just need 2 more. We get in a double yellow, perhaps? Nope,
There's the
there's
yellow dot.
one, and there's the other. He'll be out at an 824. Luke, however, is not going to be behind by much. He just needs a red and 2 yellows, and instead he's just going to top out here.
Yeah, it's gotta be a real bummer for Luke in that game 4, because he probably made a big mistake on the right hand side of his board, and that allowed John Dat Flindo to pull ahead just enough to finish off level 13 first.
2 matches ago, or I guess technically a match and a half ago, Packy told you guys to put away the brooms. It may be time to get them back out. We might have a reverse sweep coming here.
Just invert your grip and see what happens. We got game 5 going, and the winner of this game 5 will be facing Savage Octagon in the finals. We got our countdown, we got our pills, and we are off to the races. Looking at these boards initially, I prefer John Dat Flindo's a little bit. There are good double clear opportunities for both of these players. Looks like Luke is going to see if he can get maybe some blue yellows and set up a horizontal drop clear into a triple combo on the right hand side of his board. Okay, looks like he found another way to get the horizontal there. Very nice play.
Yeah, he wasn't getting much in the way of what he wanted for his other combo, and it was just really slowing him down. And with how quick John that Flindo was doing this first level, you can't afford to be waiting on anything right now.
Yeah, this is do or die for both players. And John Dat Flindo, I'm not sure. Oh, actually, no. I see exactly what John Dat Flindo is doing. He wants to horizontally clear that red virus in column 1. That's what he wants to do. Even if he's getting reds early, he has plenty of reds on the right hand side of his board to play with. So this is honestly smart planning by John Dat Flindo.
It's just not getting the pills that he particularly wants here.
Looks like he's going to go ahead and abandon that plan and just vertically clean everything out. And in the blink of an eye, all the garbage is gone.
Yeah, similar to what I just said a moment ago, he was not getting the pills that he wanted, and he knows against a competitor like Luke, he can't spend a lot of time waiting in this particular match.
Yeah, precisely. And he needs a fistful of red right now. While Luke, it looks like he could really use a blue red. Now he just needs any red, and this double red is gonna. I see what he's doing. That one double red jammed in column 7 though is a bit of a pain point. It looks like, and right now the only thing that's useful to him is blue.
And right now, John just needs 2 more reds. There's one, there's the other. 211. He's not exactly happy with that time, but it is faster than what Luke has here, who is still trying to deal with that red in column 7 that's preventing him from doing much of anything here. Looks he's going to try taking those blues out horizontally. Going to manufacture himself his own double blue.
Yeah, he's just not only is he being hammered by RNG right now, gets the nice T clear to open up that yellow virus in column 8. He's going to be out at about 240. Really, really rough way to start this one. All you can do is just shake it off and move on. See if you can make up lost time in each of the next 3 levels.
Yeah, and it's given John the opportunity to take a huge lead here.
Yeah, it's a 7 virus lead at this point. Honestly, that's far from insurmountable. And I kind of like how Luke set that up there, setting up his garbage clears for maximum efficiency. So it'll be interesting to see how he attacks these red fragments in column number 4. Looks like he's got a T set up, decides to go for the overhang clear on columns 3 and 4.
Yeah, right now the biggest issue Luke's having is not a lot of access to yellow, which is he seems to be getting a fair amount of that right now, which is hindering him only slightly. He's doing a good job of using yellows to, like for example, this beautiful blue horizontal he just did there. So he's taking the garbage he's being given and he's turning it into some pretty nice moves.
Yeah, John Flindo, meanwhile, he needs a lot of blue help right now. He's playing it mostly vertical, which possibly means he might need more blue than normal, but he's starting to get it now. Gets a nice little cluster of blue there. Still needs a pretty decent amount of it. Nice clear there.
He's probably going to try taking at least one of those yellows out horizontally just due to the fact that he's not getting a lot of blues. He's probably, no, he is going to try taking it out vertically. Okay. Now he's going to take it out horizontally because the doc went, nope, we're changing your plans on you. But Luke, however, is out first at a 433, and Flindo is out at a 440. So we still got a very close match here going into level 12.
Yeah, that was about a 30-second difference coming out of 10, down to a 6-second difference coming out of 11. So John Flindo making up a lot of ground in that level 11. Just need some red help.
Yeah, he needs a lot of red, and as soon as he opens up, I can see Luke needing a fair amount of yellow here. If we can, just has to get access to it, and there's like a whole bunch of it right in the middle of his board. But it is not easy going right now for Flindo. Like I said, is just needing a lot of red, and so far not getting anywhere near as much as he needs.
Yeah, it's forcing him to try to get a little creative, see how well he can improvise. He had a bit of a garbage clear horizontally, which you don't necessarily want at this point because you want to use every fragment as efficiently as possible. But this nice horizontal clear into a drop combo is going to get him moving in this level 12. Right now, he's down 7 viruses to Luke.
Yeah, it was a much larger gap just for a short period of time. Then John decided he was just going to clear off a whole bunch of viruses to make this very close again. Though essentially it's a half board match for Flindo at this point. He's got those two in column 8, but beyond that, it's all on the left side of the board. I'd also say that his viruses are a little bit easier to get access to than Luke's, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, for a moment, it looked like John Flindo might have been going for a fat log on the left-hand side of his board, but he saw how his nice swim move there by John Flindo, his signature move as the captain of the swim team. But you got the feeling that he was going for a fat log on that side of his board, but he saw that he didn't have the right depth for the final column. While a fat log brings Luke out at about a 636, and this is his lead going into 13, while John Flino gets out at a 649, so 13-second difference. So this is not over yet. A pretty large number of red on the top line for John Flindo to start this level. Nice horizontal play there. Oh, very good. I love that play. Gets the horizontal into another horizontal. Very good planning by John Flindo there.
Yeah, these are essentially it's a tie score right now for time, and another lovely move by Flindo. He just has a little bit of garbage, though. They'll be easy enough to clean up. Luke, again, this is, seems to be a common thing we said in a lot of levels for Luke today. Not any real access to yellow and not many yellow viruses at all, really. He's got 2, 4, 6, 8. Well, he's got 10 out of 40, but they're all pretty much near the bottom of his board, which means any yellow he's getting right now, he has to carefully maneuver or they're just going to waste. And the flip side, though, Flindo would be more than happy to take any yellow you can give him right now.
Yeah, that yellow overhang in column 2, yeah, he's gonna clean that out immediately because he definitely did not need that because it would not have been productive at all. It would have just dropped on top of a different colored virus, and it would have given him a whole bunch of drop time. But Flindo has sprinted back out to a 10 virus lead while Luke is struggling with this non-yellow virus access board. And right now, he still needs a lot of red and blue, and he's still getting a whole bunch of yellow pills.
Meanwhile, Flindo is down to single digits now and got everything set up, really. He just needs this double red will take out the last of his red, and he can take out those yellows horizontally, which I'm pretty sure he's going to set up here. Just need one more yellow for that.
John Dat Flando might be wrapping this up. This is a reverse sweep, staring him right in the face. All he needs is a couple more yellows to finish it off, and there's one. One more yellow. Here it comes. And at 8:52, John Dat Flando has completed the reverse sweep, and he
And
is
look at that
pumped.
celebration. Yeah, a well deserved celebration, too. What a comeback by Flindo.
Be proud, sir. You have earned that. Pop off.